that the system was flawed. So it's, evolution is gradual. So these people started it, and you had a lot of the hippie kids in the 60s, love revolution, the hippie generation. They started a lot of this. They were kind of the initial salvo, if you will. They were the initial shot, the cannon fire, or whatever metaphor you want to use. They were kind of the initial first wave. And of course, the funny thing is, a lot of those folks, because they went so wild in the beginning, have really come back, and a lot of them are very conservative now. But that's that's a natural balancing. That's nature. A lot of times, if you're wild and crazy in high school, you'll be much more conservative in college, or vice versa. If you're conservative in high school, you'll be much more wild in college. It's a natural balancing of nature. We have both sides to us, so we explore all sides. We try these new things, and we move on. So it's always about learning who you are. And the funny thing is that as you learn who you are, you're changing and evolving too. So you can get a good idea of who you are at your core, but you're always going to be evolving. So it's a constant process. As I've grown, like everybody else, when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, I thought I knew everything. And as I've gotten older, the more I realize I don't know. But it's part of the process. If you didn't think you knew everything and weren't so cocksure, for lack of a better term, about yourself, you wouldn't leave the house. You wouldn't go to college. You wouldn't have the motivation and strength to go out into the world and start your life. Okay, so everything has its place and its time. Now is the time for the indigo, crystal, rainbow kids. These are the kids that we need to learn from, help, and support to move our society, our world forward. This interplanetary, galactic federation, global society that we're moving towards, which I'm not going to go into semantics about whether they're aliens or not, or that's up to you. I don't care if you believe it or not, but it just seems like an awful waste to me that we're the only ones here. So what I believe doesn't matter, and in the long run, what you believe is going to change too, just like what my beliefs change all the time. But as we move forward into this new society with these new children, that is where we're moving towards. If you want to go as far as being like a Star Trekian or whatever, that's fine. There's been debate about whether or not art imitates life or life imitates art, or whether these things like Star Trek were channeled in as kind of a preemptive sort of getting us used to these ideas. That's neither here nor there. It happened. We're aware of it. A lot of those technologies that Gene Roddenberry wrote about are now coming to light. I mean, think about in the 60s, the communicator, and how far-fetched that sounded, and now we have cell phones that are basically computers and music players and video players and phones and everything else. So, anyway, I digress. Back to the point at hand, we need to learn from these kids and help them, guide them, be the best they can be the best them they can be, just like you need to be the best you can be. I need to be the best me I can be. I'm constantly learning how to better be me and better support myself, and that's really what I want to do with you guys, is help you support yourself. You can help me support me, and we can help support the kids, and we can help support society, and we can create change. Okay? So that was a rambling, all over the place video blog, but I wanted to put something out there just to give you something to think about, to talk a little bit about Indigo Kids, to talk a little bit about myself and you, and to get the ball rolling, because what I would like is a conversation. The books I write, I mean, both of these things, people, I've had good and bad reviews about it, mainly because of its conversational writing style. I like having conversations. That's how I coach. That's how I heal. That's how I do my work. I work with you. I have conversations with you. I write in that same way because I want us to have a conversation. I want us to work together. I'm not here to fix you. I'm here to help you fix yourself. Okay? And in doing that, I learn so much about myself that I get to fix myself in the process. So it's a win-win. That's how the universe works. That's how God does it. That's how we do it. So I want us to create a lot of win-win situations together. Okay? So that's what this is about. So I want to hear from you. I want to hear your comments. I want to hear your suggestions. I want to hear questions. I want to hear you know, if you have ideas or if you have questions, things that you would like me to talk about, things you've heard me talk about in the past, or just something that's on your mind. I mean, you know, we can make a game out of it. You can try to stump me. I don't know. Just throw something at me and we'll see what comes out, all right? So I hope you guys are having a great day. Love you. Peace. We'll see you later, okay?